What's poppin', everybody? This your boy Jachai Rashaw. I'm chilling, sitting here with my boy Black Migo Gio. And today, just want to have an artist-on-artist conversation, about like the landscape of music in the local scene in GR, Grand Rapids, and just music in general. You know what I'm saying? Just basically chopping it up, because I know like for me and Gio, we kind of be on the same wavelength as far as like music and stuff like that. So had to bring my boy Gio in to, sit and have this conversation with me, because I knew it would have been a good-ass, dope-ass conversation. So, you know what I'm saying? What's good with you, my boy?
Shit, 503 Marine, Big A for the city. I ain't got really too much to talk about. I don't know. Like, when you asked me for the opportunity, I automatically said, like, I got you. At the end of the day, it's always going to be a love-on-love thing. But if you reach out, I got you. When I reach out, I know you got me. So, really wasn't nothing to it.
That's a big fact. So, I don't know if y'all know or not, but my boy Gio just recently dropped a project, Heart of the Wood. It's available on all streaming platforms now, so y'all need to go check that shit out. My favorite track on that shit is definitely Baby My Baby, bro. Like, bro, playing that shit at like bro, I be blasting that shit in the whip, like putting that shit at the highest volume, bro. That shit goes so tough, bro. And I think like from an artist perspective, I guess like, cause if you listen to his first project and like the intro and stuff like that, and you go from that to the Heart of the Wood, you can see like a big transition in like what he's doing musically and stuff like that. So like I always wanted to ask Gio, like, what is it that inspired you, as an artist to like start to do like the whole melody thing and the singing thing and like, adding the effects to your voice and all that.
So, on some funny ass shit, the way the shit got started, like, me and Neo, I always used to do it. Like, I always used to play around singing. Like, I don't know, I like singing. Like, as funny as it might sound, like, my niggas always get mad at me for saying, like, I only listen to hood music all day. But if you really be around me, like, my girl can merch, I listen to singing music, like, as much as I listen to it, like, I don't know, it's something with it. So it was like, my mom always used to sing, my granny used to sing, like, my Uncle Kurt still do cover bands down to this day at Bar Louie and Billy's and stuff, like, so it was like, I always just had, like, a vocal family with it. And people always just tell me, like, I had a voice just to do something. And, like, rapping, when you listen, like you said, the intro, Welcome, you heard when I first started rapping, like, doing the Sprite Boy stuff. And even before that, like, when I was in middle school, me and Avery used to, like, rap around, like, just at the table and stuff.
You know what
I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I always kind of, like, was inclined with music, but I never really fully, like, formed the singing until, I made the song called Ask For It, I never dropped, like 2016. It's terrible. Like, it's awful.
I got a few of those too.
The song cold, but I couldn't sing, the mic was ass, like, it was just, everything at the time wasn't it. And I was like, all right, let's play around with it. And my friends always just pick with it, just talk about it. Like, yeah, bro, that's your best song. Playing around lying. So then I ended up making this song called Fornications. It's funny how Fornications is on Heart of the Wood. Whole time that song is old as dirt. I'm finna clear the air on something right now. I made Fornications when I was developing, learning how to sing it. Right. So like Jesus Sprite, Fornications all came out the same. I made them in the same day, to be ironic. And I was out in Mount Pleasant around like 2017, 2018. And like, it was cool. People was like, I don't know. Like, everybody thing was, how do we know if they gonna take the new style? Like, they used to you sounding gritty, like, you know what I'm saying? The yelling, being aggressive. How could we emulate the sound, the same reception for the new sound? So I just told them, like, bro, I don't know. I kind of feel like, regardless of the opinion on me, it's more or less of the content of the music. I feel like if I can make it sound appealing, it don't matter what they used to. Good music. So I just kept trying. And I'd say the first song where I really realized, like, we kind of had something is we were playing around. His Fornications didn't have auto-tune in that when I first made it. Mm-hmm. But Struggle Stories of the original Welcome, Neo messed up. He accidentally, like, put a wave on it, like a wave auto-tune. It wasn't the right key or nothing. But one part, like, you just heard the head on the water, no rip tie, like, the shit, it just zipped. I was like, what the I ain't never heard my shit sound so. So I said, yeah, the fuck right. I was like, bro, can you do that when we recording? He was like, I don't even know what I did in the first place. So we just keep playing the whole day. He ended up figuring it out. He put it on, and now I'm like, all right, but I make it so I can hear myself recording with it. So then this is my struggle. Like, I was like, all right, I'm messing up right here. Let me go back and fix it. we pieced that bitch together. That was the first time I ever did punching in music too. Like, I normally don't punch. I pieced it together and I'm like, we looking at each other like, what the fuck is this? Like at the time, remind you, this is before I made the Heart of the Wood stuff. Right. So looking back at it now, it's like that song may be whack to other people. But you gotta remember this, like when I'm figuring out I can do this before Heart of the Wood was real. Like Heart of the Wood wouldn't have thought till I got good at it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, we looking at this like, bro, what in the fuck do we just do? So then Avery got this beat I hear, we may do better. I tried singing on that again. I already, in one that kind of helped me when he did the Waters and Fountain mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the first time I heard myself with like a reverb. I never even heard nothing. Like,
in one, he a master that thing.
Yeah, like it was just so much at that time frame of the welcome. It was like, I really didn't care about fuck it. Cause I can do that.
Right.
Like I made music like that. Yeah, like I made music like that beforehand. So it's like when we got to the point of like seeing that I can go into a different element, a different range, playing a different lane of music, it's like we might got something that just different, you know?
Yeah.
So then like we ended up bumping up the Heart of the Wood. Well, that's the reason why, in my eyes, Story Struggle had to be the intro to Heart of the Wood. It's the Struggle Stories beat reversed. It's not remixed, it's not a new sample. I literally told Neo to take the beat and play it backwards. Yeah. And then on Story Struggles, I'm talking in the opposite perspective of what I talked about Struggle Stories. Struggle Stories was me asking questions of why stuff was happening, why shit was going on, why stuff was bad the way it was. But Story Struggles is me telling like, oh, this is my fault. Yeah. That's why I said don't understand why the people play the victim. That like the problem makes stuff from within. I'm like, you the reason why it's this way. Like, don't blame them. Don't blame them for being mad at you for what you did to them. You know, so like it kind of was an eye opener for me. And Heart of the Wood just kind of, I needed that song to kind of start it out because it exposed to how I felt when I made this tape. Like that's why each song, it got a different feeling to me. I didn't make this tape off of, I got 10 songs I think sound good. I picked the 10 because I felt like each 10 captured an emotion that I felt when I made them. And that's how I put them in the order. And that's why I go from something like Story Struggles to E-Pill, and then they end on from like Baby My Baby to Lost, because like this a whole transition of how I be going through the motions.
Right.
And that's why I said it's the Heart of the Wood. It's not about being in the center of Kentwood. It's not about me saying I'm the only nigga. Like I'm not the only person from Kentwood, but I feel like if you feel anything, if fuck Kentwood to be honest, grand rappers in general, if you feel anything that can relate to my music, I feel like this was that was the meaning for it. The heart meant like nigga, you supposed to feel it. The Wood just happened to be the area I'm from. And I ain't even from there, but I've been there my whole life, so you might as well say it. So I claim it. Everybody be afraid to claim Kentwood and shit like shit bad or something. Niggas lame as hell, but we ain't even, man.
I think that's a dope, like, creative take on it, though, to play the beat backwards and shit, you know, pretty much, like, essentially answer your own questions, you know what I'm saying?
Jamon gave me the idea because he made, if I had my phone, I remember to show you, he made a Snapchat dancing to the real Struggle Stories, but he did the reverse little filter. And I heard the beat, and I heard the way I was singing, I'm like, that shit sound cold like that. I wrote him, I'm like, bro, send me this video. He sent it to me. I sent it to Neo. I was like, hey, bro, I'm gonna make a song to this beat like this. I just need you to do it. He flipped the beat for me 2 weeks later, like after I was just sitting on it, kept thinking. And I'm like, I think I got something.
That shit dope. I ain't gonna lie. That shit is hard, bro. That shit is hard.
But yeah.
I know for a fact, because Gio just recently came through to my studio and shit like that. And I played a lot of his music for for me, I work with a lot of in-house people. So it's like, I don't really branch out too much in terms of like who I work with, artistry and creatively. It's like I keep everything in-house. So like when Gio came through, I played a lot of his music for like, you know, my producers and my DJ and shit like that. And they really fuck with a lot of the shit on Heart of the Wood, especially Baby My Baby. That's like all our favorite shit though. Like, that shit, I don't know why, that shit is hit differently, bro. That shit, and then that Lost, that shit go crazy too. And like, to see like your progression from Welcome to Heart of the Wood and shit, I could definitely feel like you coming into a zone as an artist, you feel me? Yeah. Like a lot of this shit, for me, I feel like it's getting easier for you to know how to navigate around a song and shit like that.
I ain't gonna lie, like, you hitting the nail on the head. When we made this, not even to be like, cause again, I'm never one to like overhype myself for like geek my head. Like I'm a quiet motherfucker on social media, you know what I'm saying? I don't be posting that, so it's like, but with this tape, this probably the most confident I've been in my music, just off the simple ability of what I did. And what people don't even know about me, I'm a workhorse. Like, just because this tape just dropped, like I told you, this, like a lot of the songs on the tape, I'm working on the whole new one. Like, like it's finna be, and I ain't gonna lie, this tape finna be better than this, harder than something, man.
Right.
So like, I don't know. I feel like my only competition I ever really compete with is myself. I always think, how can I be better than me last time? What can I do better than what I just did? Like, so my last tape, in my eyes, the 3 songs I had to live up to, for me, for creative responsibility, was Rollin', All In, and then Fuck It Part 2. Fan-wise, people will probably say Hot Thotty, Fuck It Part 2, and then probably Rollin'. People like the interlude too, though, because of the verse. But like, it was like, that's up for the Mad album. You know what I'm saying? I can't pick nobody's opinion. But in my eyes, Rollin', All In, and Fuck It Part 2 was the songs that I put the most effort in creating when I made the tape, because I just felt like it was me trying to like emulate a little bit more of what I can do on the beat. Like, fuck it, I was just playing around with punches and different flows and shit like that. Like, I'm not really an ad-lib person, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, so the shit was just like, I just had to, like, how can I feel the beat up? All In was the first time I felt like I was crying on a song outside of Do Better. Like, Do Better, I felt like I opened up, but All In, I felt like it was just me, like, kind of trying to see how far I can get myself to a new sound. Rollin' was just fun, I ain't gonna lie. I was drunk when I made Rollin'. Drunk as hell.
Yeah. I think when you said like about you being a workhorse and shit like that, I think a lot of people don't see like the behind the scenes shit that we do as far as like the music and even locally, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know for me, like I haven't dropped music in like 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years or whatever. And you know, like I was telling you last time, bro, every day like somebody hitting me up, like, bro, like when you drop it, like.
Cause it's important, bro. It's like at the end of the day, you never really understand your impact to something until you stop doing it.
That's
and
right.
like that's kind of like what make you want to go harder. So it's like when you showed me the songs you was playing, remember I kept telling you like this one, then I was like, oh no, this one, no, this one.
Yeah.
Every time you showed one got better than the last one.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And that's the shit you sitting on. That's not shit that, think about it. The songs that you might not even think good, if you put that out right now, they eat it up just because they ain't heard at the front of you in so long. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's different when you develop a fan base and then versus being hot. I never want to be hot. Like, I don't think us as anybody in Grand Rapids should want to be hot, because it always cool off after a while. It's always going to be like how, I ain't gonna lie, like I was watching this movie, I forgot what it was, but she said #1 draft pick ain't nothing but another piece of candy. It's always gonna get replaced next year. So it's like,
Yeah, that's facts.
I ain't trying to be #1 for right now. I'm trying to be #1 10 years. I'm trying to, like, I need plaques. I don't even care about a Grammy, but I take one. I need generating revenue. I need something that I need forever money. Like I could care less.
Longevity, for sure.
I could care less about being up for a year, 2 years, couple of summers. Like, nah, life bigger than that. Life too short and life way bigger than that. I ain't trying to impress nobody.
That's facts. And I think like when you say we never realize the impact that we have until we, you know, I think for me, it was like, as I was like dropping and shit, like when I dropped it With His Love and shit, the reception that shit got surprised the fuck out of me. Cause that was extremely personal for me, you know what I'm saying? And so when I dropped that and I see like the reception they got, people, you know, telling me about how they listen to it to help them get through like certain issues and shit. I think that's when I realized like, okay, the impact that I could truly have.
Because it's pain music at the end of the day, regardless of even you talking about pain or not. When you put your all, put your emotion in the song, people could be able to perceive and feel it different.
Right.
It's like when you speak from the truth of you. I don't know, but you can tell somebody lying.
Facts.
When you listen to a song, you can
That's
like
facts.
just because your lyrics good, that don't mean that I'm a feel you. I might even know your, not even on no hate shit. I might know your song word for word, but that don't mean I believe you talking about what you doing.
Right.
It's just like you know how to rap. You can be on a beat.
Yeah.
Like in order for me to sit there and genuinely like support, genuinely listen to your music, I gotta feel what you saying. And at the end of the day, if that's the type of things that you, I, other people around Grand Rapids, we gotta maintain the focus on. Like, fuck who don't listen to us. It's about the people who do.
Who do, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's always gonna be somebody who act to somebody.
Right.
So ain't no reason trying to please everybody.
Facts. And I think once I realized like the impact that I could have on my music, I think that's the reason why naturally I took a long of a break, because I wanted to make sure my shit was perfected. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure I was dropping shit that was the best that I could make it at the time, you know, because as an artist you progress, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I hear the shit that I'm making now compared to What Is Love, and I'm like, man, I'm 100% better now, you feel me?
That's how you supposed to be. If you was in the same area, you would never had growth.
Facts. I think it's but like from a consumer's perspective, a lot of people, you know, I hear this shit all the time. Like, I need that old, you know what I'm saying? Like how they was before. And I think the masses don't never understand like the progression of an artist. Like, if you like, I drop What Is Love, that's the last time you're gonna hear that type of Jachai Rashaw. You're never gonna hear a What Is Love Jachai Rashaw ever again, cause I'm progressing continuously. After I drop my next project, that's the last time you're gonna hear this type of Jachai Rashaw. You know what I'm saying?
True fans grow
with you, yeah. And that's one of the things that I learned throughout the process and shit like that. But like when you was talking about the whole support thing and like with local artists, like saying like, you know, just worry about who do support you. Cause like it's been a big topic lately. Like I see, like even on Facebook and shit, I see a lot of like local artists talk about how this city has a lack of support. And personally, I do not like that shit. I feel like you cannot guilt trip somebody into supporting you, bro. Like,
I don't feel like you got a lack of support because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't statewide, across the country, no.
Right.
Man. My shit, then I'm getting my number. Like we never, CY as a whole, we have never been one of the type to actually put numbers on shit because that's not how we are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like at the end of the day, it's about humbleness. It's about working hard. Like we not getting paid. Nobody in Grand Rapids getting. There's not one artist in Grand Rapids touching 15,000, show 20,000. I don't give a fuck if you get paid 200, 500 shit.
Yeah,
I don't care. You not feeding your family off of music. Until somebody is feeding family off of music, you need to stop all this dick sucking and dick eating and being mad at it. Like, bro, get your mind right. Go get your talent right. Get your music right. Do everything for yourself. Get selfish. Yeah. Stop worrying about everybody else. Like, I don't care who support me or who don't. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep progressing and keep developing until I get to where I want to be at.
Right.
You know, you got to have your own goals. People be too focused on looking on social media, looking at other people's lives, trying to live like them. Like, bro, you'll never make your own money worrying about somebody else's.
Yeah, and I think worrying about, you know, who's supporting you and who not, you don't, you know, be 100% all into your craft. You feel me? Like,
you can't because they're always thinking about the man. What if they doing this? I don't want them. Or this is another thing too. When I noticed with Grand Rapids is people we quick to say somebody stole something or somebody biting. You do realize you got to be known or heard in order for that to be the case. Like, just because something sounds similar, you know how many rappers that wrote the same bar and I guarantee they don't even know each other or was around each other when the songs got made.
Facts.
And it just happened to be the case because people think the same.
Right.
It's coincidences. People act like life don't work out like that. Like, not everybody trying to, I don't know, bro. It's so much, like, it's too much politics with Grand Rapids music. It's too much favoritism and it's too much, like, worrying about the next person. Like, people always support you when you hot. And the reason why I can, like, notice this is, think about how many people that really consistently drop music in Grand Rapids. You know what I'm saying? If the method was only being consistent, we should have a lot of people on.
Facts.
If the method was dropping videos, we should have a lot of people on. If the method was the image, we should have a lot of people on.
Right.
It's all the quality and content, bro. You can't have a whole lot of something if it all suck. And you can't expect to thrive off a little bit of good. You gotta. It's a balance to everything. So it's like when people don't put their own effort or put their own foot on something to actually take the time back, like, okay, you got enough money to drop 3 videos in 2 weeks, but all the videos gonna be cold. Why they all look the same? Why you doing the same thing? Or, okay, you want to drop one song, but this song not that hot. Like, come on, you gotta be common. You gotta use common sense.
Right. You
gotta think for the best of yourself. I feel like we too focused on trying to please everybody else that people not taking time to actually fix their own craft and do what they really want to do. Like, I feel like it's personally with you, personally with me, Juan, Avery, Lester, like everybody like I see in Grand Rapids that's doing their own thing as far as been doing their own thing. Even like Shane, my phone calling people by their real name. I'm tripping. Say Double R, goddamn K.O. Marshawn, like people who create their own craft. It's like you move when you want to move. You don't let somebody, like, you're not finna tell me when to drop.
Right.
You're not finna tell me what type of song to create. You're not finna, because at the end of the day, I'm doing this for me.
Facts.
Y'all, like, we all focused on our own individual craft. And that's the reason why I feel like, as far as people not getting the right exposure, it's not that you're getting that exposure, it's you're not paying attention to yourself.
Right.
Like, I'm not finna look at you if you ain't, like, you're not even looking at what you putting out. You're not even looking at the cover's gonna be right, the motherfucking sound quality. I got sound quality problems.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna sit here and act like my first tape sound like shit compared to my second tape. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, that wasn't the case.
Right.
But like, at the end of the day, people don't be understanding, like, Just because you got a favorite studio or you got this or whatever, that don't mean it's always gonna work. Like you gotta grow. People be stuck on staying in their own ways. I like artists that grow.
So do you feel like that lack of self-awareness with like a lot of grand rappers, artists is the reason why a lot of people not progressing with their music? Because I feel like that's a big reason. Because like you say, like niggas will drop cover art that suck or like their promotion methods is terrible. Like a lot of niggas, bro, I see this shit day in and day out. Niggas have a song that they about to drop the day of and be like, oh yeah, my shit dropping today. And then expect that shit to do numbers. How you expect that shit if people, you know what I'm saying?
Man, this the first time they're hearing about it. Like, bro, we don't got that. So, like, to answer your question before I even run off, because we can talk about that all day. But to answer the question, it's like, it's one of a catalyst that's holding us back, but truly, we're a small market. Think about it kind of like an NBA team, right? Small market teams usually have a harder time selling out the arenas, usually have a harder time getting a big name, you know what I'm saying? Like, truly, we had Willie the Kid, Waldo, and I give it, well, Sango too, but he made beats, he not a rapper. And then like Cheese Weeze, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a couple of names that truly maybe had some form of main stage or like mainstream stardom, or even to a point of almost ascending to mainstream. Other than that, we ain't really had no big buzz, no big push. And not to mention, all these is like 5-10 years separated. You know what I'm saying? So like, Willie the Kid was way fucking back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Then you end up coming to the Cheese Weed situation. And then again, Sango and them was popping. Waldo and Sango started popping when SoundCloud was popping. SoundCloud has been out since 2011 now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's 2020. We ain't got no sound. It's necessarily not like, we don't even have an identity in the music scene. Like, to an extent, we starting to become, I ain't even gonna say Detroit, because it didn't spread so much now. It just might be a Michigan or a Midwest sound. Because like a lot of cities, like Milwaukee rap like them niggas now. Oakland niggas sound like Detroit niggas, but Detroit niggas sound like Oakland niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's why they got love. But nigga, it's the same thing with Milwaukee, Indiana, motherfucking Ohio, you know what I'm saying? So like, for us to emulate it too, at least we from the same state, like these motherfuckers, but like, I don't believe that's what Grand Rapids' true nature is. I don't feel like, I feel like the reason why we not on is we don't have an identity in music. We don't know who we want to be. Because we got niggas who sound like Chicago niggas, we got niggas who sound like Detroit niggas, then we got niggas who just other. Like people like us get considered other because they don't know what to call our genre. Because people don't even know where I'm from half the damn time unless I tell them I'm from Grand Rapids. You know what I'm saying? Like when people hear my music, they don't expect me to, because they don't even know what the fucking Grand Rapids is. So it's like, we just not on the map, we just small.
So how do you think as a city that we progress and become, like have our own identity as far as like music?
I ain't gonna lie, it's coming just off the simple fact that our city growing.
Well, yeah, I definitely, we on the brink of something for sure.
And then consistency is key. Consistency with actual quality content. I feel like if everybody.
Do you feel like, bro, like do you think one artist can create that identity for a whole, you know what I'm saying, bucket of artists?
And the reason why I can sit there and say, like, I believe it can, is because all it takes is the right sound. See, everybody's ear is different. All it takes is one person to get the floodgates open for everybody else. So like, even though it kind of slowed down for when AK Bandamont with the feature with Rio did 1 million views out of Grand Rapids. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me another nigga in Grand Rapids in the last 10 years and did that. Now imagine if we had a couple niggas that can do the same thing. All it takes is one of them people that's getting the mill. Because think about how many people is a mill, you know what I'm saying? All it takes is that million to get seen by the right person, and it's a floodgates for the whole city. So not necessarily, I don't believe it'd be like one savior, but bro, we can get a handful of people that can push. Because the reason why I'm saying it like that is no state just got one person. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though motherfuckers, like, think about like YNW Melly was from a place in Florida that only had 10,000 people, but he not the first nigga from Florida to pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta be the first, but we need an army. We need a little baby movement. If we can get a solid roster, 10 niggas, maybe 5 or 6 that can get at least some buzz out the city, out the state, get around, move around, where we can do this shit this year, this summer, next year, like it can happen. It's just gotta happen the right way. People gotta get off this, they got pride, bro. People gotta swallow their pride, start humbling up, start working with people, reaching out with people, start like, a person like me, I don't believe in features. It's not that I don't believe in this because I always wanted to focus on my own craft.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel like I'm in a spot with my music where I can actually try to make music with other people because I'm comfortable with what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know who you are. As
Yeah,
an artist.
it's like so like even like with me, I'm finna start working with more people. I'm just like doing stuff to branch and bridge the city together. Because at the end of the day, it's like unity gonna be the only reason why we really make it in my eyes. That's the only reason why anywhere make it for real.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of even if you got beef with blank, blank, and blank, you see how Atlanta move, how Texas move, Louisiana, how Florida, how all these big places move. Why can't we do the same thing? Like, why not us be the next big place? Even Detroit, go down the street, go 2 hours down motherfucking 96. They do it. Why can't we do it here? Like, why are we so caught up in our own ego? Like, ain't none of us really even having nothing. It's a handful of people and great rappers that's really doing it. You know what I'm saying? So like most of them don't even rap. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like the people that's rapping ain't got no reason to be even acting like this. Like the shit this bro, like everybody gotta wake up one day. Everybody gotta get old.
I think it's more than just music too. Like I feel like collabing with other artists on different aspects of, you know, the culture in general. You feel me?
Like reaching out to photographers, getting videos through certain people, going guest appearances, radios, like anything, just anything. Literally, this is the crazy thing about it right now. You know, we could do something funny, do like a free show, like ask like the city of Grand Rapids, we could do something at Rosa Parks Circle, right? And just have like people, the Grand Rapids come out, do their music, and think about how many different fans people will come out and come see it. But who gonna put the play in motion? Because everybody too stuck in their own head to be like, oh no, I don't want to, they ain't finna pay me, I ain't finna. But you worried about getting paid and you ain't even known.
Facts.
Your song been out for 3 months and you got 100 views. What you talking about getting paid for?
That's
like,
true.
bro, stop, man.
It's like one thing for people to be like, oh, I know how much I'm worth, I know self-worth and shit
I
like
believe,
that. But
show
it's just
me.
like, yeah, you gotta, like you said, like when it comes to collabing with people and shit, I'm very, you know what I'm saying, particular about that shit.
Yeah.
Because if it's not beneficial to either one of us, it's just like, what the fuck are we doing it for? You know what I'm saying?
It gotta be a mutual understanding that like, either you got a fan base, I got a fan base, and we can merge fan bases, or your artistry, your actual rapping ability, whatever you want to call it, and mine can coexist. We can make something like glue. Right. You know what I'm saying? If we don't got that type of balance, then there's no point.
Right.
But if we can find a median, then hell yeah, why not? Because at the end of the day, what are we gonna lose? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
worried about a game is stupid. If you always thinking about a game, you ain't gonna get ahead. What are you gonna lose from this? How is this gonna hurt you?
That's true.
It can't. Like if you always saying it to about, man, bro, I ain't finna make no money, or this ain't finna do, bro, then you gonna shoot down every idea you got. Because think about it right now, we all rapping with a blind dream. Ain't none of us I ain't had a record label come down to me yet. As much as people want to talk about Heart of the Wood, this Heart of the Wood, that, I ain't had nobody come sit down and put a paper in front of me yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck about what I could gain. I ain't lost nothing doing this. It ain't hurt me doing it yet. My life's still going on. People still listening. I'm growing slowly but steady. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so why not focus on that? Focus on what you actually can do with what you got.
Facts.
Stop thinking about what you ain't got, because then you never have it. I could care less about getting it, man. I'm on this slow grind. I take my time doing this shit the right way. I ain't selling out.